Looking good. All set up.
Ready.
So my name is Amit from MMA Hindi. This is my good friend Nikhil from thatgeekpunk, and he's a well-known journalist in the MMA space from the Inside Sports. I'm sorry. And today, आज हम बात करने वाले हैं UFC 278 के जो रिजल्ट्स हैं उनके बारे में. What a shocking turn of events हमें देखने को मिला. चेल सनन एस्क सिचुएशन हमें देखने को मिली जहां पे लियोन रॉकी एडवर्ड्स एक लास्ट मिनट केओ किया उन्होंने, एंड द वे ही won the fight, amazing.
It reminded me of Chris Weidman beating Anderson Silva. Anderson Silva fight win streak with Chris Weidman, probably एक अंडरडॉग थे, आए और एक ऐसे मोमेंट पे नॉकआउट किया जब लग रहा था कि एंडरसन सिल्वा स्ट्रॉन्ग पोजीशन में है. यहाँ पे एडवर्ड थे उस पोजीशन में जब उसमें स्ट्रॉन्ग पोजीशन पे थे, तो बहुत ज्यादा.
Guys, going from total domination to losing via such a devastating KO. Then we had one of the most sensational, one of the most bizarre performances जो हमें देखने को मिली from your man Paulo Costa, Bohachinha. And Bohachinha Costa won the fight against Luke Rockhold. इसके बाद Jose Aldo, legend of the game, featherweight greatest of all time in my terms. I think. What are your views on Jose Aldo? Greatest GOAT?
Featherweight GOAT. One of the greatest of all time, and legend of the game. I agree with Conor McGregor. He's a performer. He has been a performer in lifetime. He has done things for the game. But like he lost that 13-second KO against Conor McGregor.
Apart from that,
but that is the stepping point for UFC and MMA. If you see that fight, like literally took UFC to a next level.
Correct. Unfortunate वो एक कि मैच हार गए हैं, लेकिन he's still a legend of the game. मेराब दवाईश्विली again on Monday उनका रैंकिंग बढ़ने वाला है. इसके अलावा Chinese fighter Wu Yanan, she got knocked out, and the last fight Tyson Pedro, what a banger opening that was.
हैरी हैंडसक, मुझे लगा कि वो फाइट थोड़ा लंबा चलेगा. जैसे हैरी ने स्टार्ट दिया, he went straight for the jab, फिर वो फिर से लॉन्च करने गए, लेकिन जैसे सेकंड लॉन्च में गए, he got caught in that straight jab, then वो बॉडी किक, बस उतना ही था मैच. वो खत्म, 1 मिनट से ज्यादा चला नहीं.
That's what my expectation was from that fight. So all the viewers who have joined in now, अभी हम इसको डिटेल में डिस्कस करने वाले हैं. तो बात करेंगे स्ट्रेट अवे शॉकिंग इवेंट से. जो शॉकिंग इवेंट्स हमें देखने को मिले मेन इवेंट में, जहां पर कमारू उस्मान एक लॉपसाइडेड डिसीजन में जीतने वाले थे. विद इन आई थिंक 60 odd seconds रिमेनिंग थे, और वो हार जाते हैं फाइट में वाया डेवास्टेटिंग नॉकआउट फ्रॉम the opponent Leon Rocky Edwards. And मैच के एंड में रॉकी का थीम बज रहा था. If you have seen that Rocky movie, analogy आपको मिलेगा.
जब उस्मान की एंट्री हुई तो लाइक कैमरामैन took the camera उस्मान के पेरेंट्स की तरफ और उनकी बेटी, उस्मान की बेटी. तब मुझे एक क्लिक हुआ. I'm telling you this is not कोई फेक स्टोरी नहीं है. मुझे एक क्लिक हुआ था कि मुझे लगा था शायद से आज कुछ खतरनाक होने वाला है, शायद से उस्मान आ जाएगा, क्योंकि इतना ग्रैंड मोमेंट फोकस हो रहा था. मैंने कहा कि कुछ खतरनाक सा ना हो जाए, और फिर वही हुआ. उस्मान के पेरेंट्स.
लेट मी रिमाइंड द व्यूअर्स, पहले राउंड का एंडिंग बहुत ही पॉजिटिव एंड पे खत्म हुआ लियोन रॉकी एडवर्ड्स के लिए, जहां पे ऑलमोस्ट चोक करने वाले थे. वो ऑलमोस्ट चोक करने वाले थे. रेसलिंग में टेक डाउन लिया उन्होंने.
उस्मान की ग्लॉसी डिफीट जो इस फाइट से पहले थी, वो भी एक रेयर नेकेड चोक से आई थी.
करेक्ट. थियागो ऑलवेज, इफ आई एम नॉट रॉन्ग.
वो सेकंड फाइट थी उनकी जैसे करियर की, तो ही टैप्ड आउट. और उसके बाद एक मोमेंट और था थर्ड या फोर्थ राउंड में, जब लियोन ऑलमोस्ट गॉट इन द टेक डाउन, बट उस्मान डिफेंडेड इट. सेम मोमेंट था, वो टेक डाउन लेने वाले थे लेकिन डिफेंड कर दिया.
लेकिन लियोन रॉकी एडवर्ड्स का जो पर्सोना था, वो देख के बिल्कुल भी नहीं लगा कि वो ये फाइट जीतने वाले हैं, या फिर इवन ऐसा भी नहीं लगा वो कुछ एफर्ट डाल रहे हैं फाइट में। कंप्लीट शटडाउन था कमारू उस्मान की तरफ से। सेकंड, थर्ड एंड फोर्थ राउंड में तो इट वाज टोटल डोमिनेशन।
If you see Rocky का post fight interview, he said it was one of my worst performance.
करेक्ट।
As a striker, he was getting outstriked by Usman, and Usman is a wrestler. So it was just a kick. It wasn't a fluke victory. That was a fade. It was a fade then a kick. Usman, वैसे एक और बात, दो पेपर व्यूज इससे पहले क्रूज और वेरा सेम हाई किक पे नॉकआउट मेन इवेंट एंड हुआ। अब उस्मान वर्सेस रॉकी सेम फेंट करके हाई किक पे आपका मेन इवेंट एंड हुआ। तो मतलब ये कोइंसिडेंस है। उससे पहले आपका टॉम एस्पिनल वाला किक पे एंड हुआ था, कुछ लेग उनको इश्यू हुआ, मैच स्टॉप हुआ।
स्ट्राइकिंग ब्रदर, स्ट्राइकिंग रूल्स
और बहुत इवेंट बहुत सही था। आई थिंक रॉकी डिजर्व्स दिस, लेकिन he'll be getting the hate कि you didn't catch that fight on your own, it was a fluke victory, like but that was a perfect setup, बहुत तगड़ा सेटअप था उस फाइट के लिए। If you ask me, last round 7 years in making, last round में 2.5 मिनट तो it was all over. उस्मान had him in clinch, कुछ हो नहीं रहा था। हर्बडीन आए सेपरेट करते हैं क्योंकि कुछ हो नहीं रहा था।
अगर आपने फाइट देखी होगी तो आपने बहुत टाइम तक ये देखा होगा कि द फाइटर्स बहुत सारे इलीगल फेंस ग्रैब कर रहे थे, फेंस को पकड़ने की कोशिश कर रहे थे, केज को होल्ड करने की, ताकि वो टेक डाउन ना ले पाए उनका ओपोनेंट।
और बीच में हुआ भी था जब उन्होंने ग्रैब किया तो फिर उस्मान को सेम पोजीशन दी गई थी बीच में दोबारा की बैक होल्ड, तो बीच में हुआ भी था। बट आई बिलीव कि पीपल शुड नॉट हेट रॉकी एडवर्ड्स, उनको हेट नहीं देनी चाहिए क्योंकि इट वाज अ विक्ट्री। एंड एमएमए में जो, अगर आप एमएमए फैन हो तो यू नो
इज ऑल अबाउट 1 सेकंड, इज ऑल 1 सेकंड, दैट्स ऑल इट टेक्स, एंड that's all it took, that 1 second inside left जो जैब वो लगा रहे थे। और साइड बाय साइड आई थिंक इट रिमाइंडेड मी मोर ऑफ वंडर बॉय, स्टीवन वंडर बॉय थॉमसन, जो उनका फेमस क्वेश्चन मार्क किक्स वो लगाते हैं।
आपको बहुत एक फेमस, मैं बहुत फेमस नहीं, मैं अपने एक दोस्त से था, आई एम टॉकिंग द एमएमए मेन पेज, ही इज फ्रॉम आयरलैंड। तो लेटली जब बीच में बात चली थी कॉनर मैकग्रेगर और उस्मान की फाइट होने वाली है, तो वी वर डिस्कसिंग थिंग्स। तो व्हाट आई टोल्ड हिम वाज कि उस्मान ने कोई स्ट्राइकर नहीं फेस किया है उस लेवल का। इफ यू सी अपने चैंपियनशिप रेन के टाइम पे, इफ यू काउंट आउट मास्विडाल एंड हैपेंड, मास्विडाल
अगेन अगर इफ यू रिमेंबर द फ्रीक नॉकआउट जो कमारू उस्मान ने लिया था, एंड आई थिंक it got served on the platter for Leon Rocky Edwards in this match, जो almost
sorry मैं कॉल काट रहा था, थोड़ा कॉल कटा, sorry
no problem. So I think if you remember the freak knockout जो हमें देखने को मिला था against Jorge Masvidal, similar situation happened with Leon Rocky Edwards, but on the receiving end was Kamaru Usman.
कमारू उस्मान का मास्विडाल 2 फाइट का जो नॉकआउट था, दैट वाज अ रियली टेक्निकल नॉकआउट। इफ यू सी, एक तो विटमैन वाली टीम, दे आर, विटमैन फीड देम समथिंग ग्रेट इन व्हेन इट कम्स टू टेक्निक एंड इन फाइटिंग। यू सी रोज, थग रोज, यू सी जस्टिन गेची, दे हैव दैट एक्सप्लोसिव पावर, बट बीच में वो जो उनका टेक्निक आता है ना, इफ यू सी, उस्मान ने ग्रैब डाउन किया था मास्विडाल का हैंड, एंड देन ही लैंडेड द हिट, ही टुक हिज हैंड डाउन, then he landed the hit, and say मतलब technique थी उसे hit में। and then again Masvidal wasn't expecting Usman to come and strike like that, इतना technical expect,
with that power also
off guard caught किया था उसने। and let me tell you कि Colby Covington did really great, but Colby Covington lacked that power. He has that cardio, he has that volume, but he lacked that power. And still taking Usman to his limits, I'll say. It was more than good. Kudos to Colby. But like I told you, I was talking to my friend and I said one guy in welterweight division that can actually give trouble to Usman is actually Wonderboy Thompson.
Guys, I think Nikhil का थोड़ा internet connection बीच में problem कर. Finally, yeah, he's back. So
I was sorry for interrupting. I was at Wonderboy. So मैंने कहा कि welterweight में एक person है जो can trouble Usman a lot is Wonderboy because of his karate, because of his kicks, and plus the reach advantage that Wonderboy has. Wonderboy ki reach is like good, and if you see Wonderboy ki kicks, what he did to Masvidal, it was phenomenal. He gave him a technique, striking lesson. Masvidal
for
and the same thing happened here. Usman lost to a kick. It was like a forecast I did long time back, and it happened again today. So I'm like shocked. Because Usman didn't face such technical fighters. अगर आप starting championship reign की बात करें, जब से उन्होंने टेक्निक, जब से he went into the striking part, जब से उन्हें लगा कि मुझे कनेलो को challenge करना चाहिए, he went more into the striking. He faced Gilbert Burns, लेकिन Gilbert Burns has that power, that dynamite in his hands, but he doesn't get the technique that guy like Leon Edwards has.
Basically, a BJJ guy turning into a striker.
It is like striker sells shit, man. Unless you are a guy like Usman, unless you are a guy like GSP, unless you are John Bones Jones, unless you are Hamza Chiam, unless you are Khabib Nurmagomedov. I haven't seen many wrestlers selling that much as compared to a striker.
Correct.
Your biggest faces, who's Israel Adesanya is a striker, then Conor McGregor is a striker, Jorge Masvidal is a striker, then Nate Diaz has jiu-jitsu, but at the end of the day, he is, a slugfest type. He would go into a war. People like that kind of guy. There is a question from somebody.
MMA Warrior is asking, is there any upcoming MMA event? Yes, there is. I think 10th of September. It is in UP. If you are from Uttar Pradesh, you can go there. You can join. You can follow MMA Hindi and that Geek Punk for more updates. You can DM us if you want further updates on it. And coming to the future of the welterweight division, I think obvious बात है, rematch होने वाला है kamaru Usman का. I think it is almost if I'm all the reports that are coming in, if I'm not correct, Wembley Stadium is में ये book होने वाला है. Next January के लिए event होने वाला है ये. Wembley Stadium in London will be the host of the rematch between Kamaru Usman or Leon Rocky Edwards.
Rematch, I think, is not a good option. I'm telling you, it's not a good option. Okay, if you want to sell this fight, you need to give them little space. If you just throw them in again, तो मुझे लगता है कि it will be big. But if you want to make it bigger, let Leon fight the winner of Gilbert Burns or Jorge Masvidal or the winner of Hamza Chimaev. But there are chances कि Leon Edwards would lose that fight. Then again, बहुत सारे factors हैं इस चीज में कि there are chances कि हमजा वाली fight वो हार जाए. There are chances कि वो Jorge Masvidal वाली fight भी शायद से बाय लक जैसे वो जीते उस्मान वाली fight वो शायद बाय लक हार भी सकते हैं. So but I think कि अगर इन्हें इस fight को बड़ा बनाना है, इस trilogy को बड़ा बनाना है, you need to give them some space. Or you can give them.
I think I would beg to differ from that. I think European MMA scene के लिए इस टाइम पे build करने के लिए UFC Paris 2 हफ्ते बाद है 3rd of September को. उसके बाद UFC का जो यूरोप पुश है उसको और इंक्रीज करने के लिए आई थिंक ये फाइट्स बहुत जरूरी है यूरोप में होना as soon as possible, जितना जल्दी हो सके. पैडी पिम्बलेट, टॉम एस्पिनॉल तो शायद इंजर्ड है, वो ना आ पाए, बट बाकी सभी जरूर आई थिंक इसमें शामिल हो पाएंगे.
Arnold Allen on that card too. Put Arnold Allen on that card. Put Paddy Pimblett. Like Paddy doesn't want to fight in London right now or in England. उसे चाहिए कि उसे numbered pay-per-view मिले. लेकिन अगर इंग्लैंड में होता है तो it would be a numbered pay-per-view. It would be a numbered pay-per-view if it is for a welterweight belt. It would be some numbered pay-per-view, and it can be in anywhere in London or England. It would be great.
Correct. And इस fight में I think the first takedown was landed on Kamaru Usman, if my memory serves correct. क्योंकि कोल्बी कविंगटन को वो takedown नहीं मिला था पिछली fight में. मिला था but not on the stats count. Stats count में वो नहीं था. पहला takedown fight में.
I agree with DC on that. It was a takedown. Sorry Usman fans, but वो takedown था. लेकिन जैसे उनका कुछ है कि उसके एक पैर it wasn't down, one knee wasn't down. कुछ वो है particular कुछ रहते हैं, but so they don't count it as a takedown.
And unfortunate that कमारू उस्मान इस फाइट को नहीं जीत पाए. उनके कमारू उस्मान ये फाइट हारे हैं, तो एंडरसन सिल्वा का जो 16 फाइट विनिंग स्ट्रीक थी उसे वो मैच नहीं कर पाए ना. उसे अब तोड़ना तो आई डोंट थिंक 16 फाइट जीतने में उनकी इट विल टेक अ लॉट ऑफ टाइम. एंड उसके बाद हुक्स फाइट जस्ट जॉइंड अस. हेलो ब्रदर.
Coach John is there. Coach John is there. Hello Coach John. How you doing? Hooks fight.
So we are just going on about all the results for UFC 278, Leon Rocky Edwards, and all the fights that were happened in the UFC 278. It's Hooks all the way, yeah.
Hooks
and another fact.
Oh, sorry, I'll just do this. No shortcut, no bullshit, just the Hooks way.
Just Hooks way, yeah.
I love my guy, Hooks fight, John Grooves. Thank you for joining in.
Another fact that we witnessed is Leon Rocky Edwards ने सरपास कर दिया है कमारू उस्मान को for his 11th.
Just send him request if he's accepted and if he's still there. Just send him the request.
I have sent the request. If the coach wants to join, most welcome. We all are waiting. So another thing, both the fighters were on 10 fight win streak. दोनों fighter 10 fight की win streak पर थे. Unfortunately, Kamaru Usman will not go ahead, and it's a 9 fight win streak.
Leon was on a 9 fight win streak and a 10 fight undefeated streak. बीच में एक बेलाल वाली जो fight थी, it was you know what? It was a no contest. Bilal one fight was no contest. So it was a 10 fight undefeated streak. So it was huge. First time ever.
I don't think that counts in the win or loss column. That's a separate column for
kind of undefeated. Like in के last contest से, when they met the first time, after that they went through, like Usman had around 13 fights I guess, and Leon had around 10 fights. I don't remember the correct stats, but it was something like this. And 10 fights he was undefeated. The Bilal fight was a no contest, but he was still not. He still was undefeated in that fight. So it counts.
But
as
still, 2015, the last fight, abhi tak he is still undefeated fighter in welterweight division, and I'm looking forward to the Wembley Stadium rematch.
I'm looking forward to pound for pound rankings. You have.
मुझे नहीं लगता कि pound for pound ranking में आगे बढ़ पाएंगे.
Alex Volkanovski is becoming your number 1 pound for pound fighter, and Leon Edwards is entering in the top 5. So I want to see कि वो किधर होगा.
Top 5.
He's a welterweight champion. You can't keep him out of the rank, and you can't keep Usman top in from the floors. And he wasn't even in top 15.
Will be number 2 or number 3 on Monday. I can bet that.
Because I don't think they will put him over Francis Ngannou or Israel Adesanya, because that doesn't make sense, because those guys are fighter, or like currently they are champion. So I don't think it. But I think John Jones was there without belt, so Usman can be there too. But it will be like some. I want to see where they put Rocky in this, because he wasn't in the top 15. He wasn't part of top 15 pound for pound rankings. So I just want to see where they put Rocky out of this.
I just wanted to again remind you, Ngannou who?
Francis Ngannou.
But
this reminded me of one more thing. Paulo Costa's contract is like up.
Seriously?
Yes. I think from the post-fight interview, he said something like that. My UFC contract is up. He called out Jake Paul, because Jake Paul was talking shit to Luke Rockhold. So he called out.
I'm not sure. इतने MMA fans BKFC देखते हैं कि नहीं, bare knuckle fighting championship. But yesterday, Michael Venom Page got beaten by Mike Platinum Perry. Split decision victory मिली.
If you see that fight, the winner was bleeding more. And
correct. And he has also called out Jake Paul.
Yes. Jake Paul
That
is like,
fight makes more sense to Jake Paul than Paulo Costa, because what an amazing, enthralling, and bizarre fight we saw.
It was Jake Paul called out Luke Rockhold. He called him Rockcock, something like that. Luke announced his retirement. Jake Paul likes retired guys who are old. He can fight them.
But
Probably can.
UFC contract is still there, so I don't think he'll be fighting anytime soon.
I think Costa said something like that in the post-fight interview during the media session.
No, मैं Rockhold की बात कर रहा हूँ, Rockhold की.
Rockhold is retiring. He said he doesn't want to do this.
But UFC contract will not let him retire and go to some other promotion.
I don't think so. He will. It will allow them. See, Gianna has, like, the lady boogeyman, the woman boogie woman, had a contract and she wanted to fight for the title after winning Zhang Weili, but she retired after that KO loss. So if you don't want to fight and you don't have this like will to fight, I don't think UFC stops you from retiring and stuff. And maybe even Donald Cerrone had to fight.
नहीं रोक सकती, but they can let you. They won't let you fight until that contract जो है उनका that is up.
Yeah, like same with goes with Donald Cerrone. Cerrone, Cowboy had 2 more fights in there, but he retired before that because the loss was too much. He couldn't take it, and their age is reaching a platform. It is too much.
Let's talk about the bizarre, the sensational, मेरे पास शब्द नहीं है कहने के लिए. इतना अमेजिंग फाइट, इतना बिजार फाइट था ये, बहुत ज्यादा बिजार, क्योंकि लूक रॉकहोल्ड पहले राउंड में इतना थक चुके थे, ऐसा लग रहा था कि 5 राउंड फाइट्स के बाद कोई आ रहा है फाइटर. एंड कमिंग फ्रॉम AKA में ट्रेनिंग करने के बाद, द फाइटर्स दैट दे हैव, दे आर नोन फॉर देयर कंडीशनिंग, और उसके बावजूद एक ऐसा पहले राउंड के बाद थक जाना, उसके बावजूद.
Conditioning is a thing, but then again, he was out of that octagon for 3 years. He was out of that octagon for 3 years, and getting in somebody like Paulo Costa, जो सिर्फ आपको Paulo Costa will never give you a boring fight. Count that in. Paulo Costa want to celebrate this thing, ring rust. Yeah, I was telling you that he was out for 3 years. And Paulo Costa doesn't give you a boring fight. He was going in for a slugfest. He did that thing. And a beach where you see Luke Rockhold was like down this. He was waiting for him. And his strategy was clear. He would wait for Paulo to come in, hit him sometimes and land that.
Yeah. Every time जब भी उनको कुछ मौका मिल रहा था, he would just try to land that one big punch, one left hook on. And I think whenever it connected, Paulo Costa लड़ खड़ा रहे थे. He was not looking well.
For example, if Luke Rockhold wasn't that exhausted, he would have went in. After rocking Costa, he would have went in. He would have released a series of punches, of kicks. He would have taken him down, tried to like struggle, get into the clinch. Like he would have done something, but he was too exhausted to do that.
उनके पास वो will ही नहीं था to go for the kill, because वो stamina नहीं बचा था.
It saddened me, dude. After like when DC went out and DC kissed him, like he kissed him on his head and gave him a hug. Luke almost like came up. He was about to cry, and like that was something. I grew up watching that guy. When I grew up watching guys like Anderson Silva, guys like George St. Pierre, guys like Luke Rockhold. I grew up watching Jose Aldo. So this reminded, Jose Aldo was backstage and he hugged his wife, and after that he started crying too. So watching that made me a bit emotional too. Like these are the guys,
because they are the legends. Unfortunately, because they are the one of the best fighters in their division for a long time. World Extreme cage fighting was there, Strike Force was there. सभी वहां से champion आए जो UFC में आए, and that was the biggest bunch of champions that came from another organization. And they were for a number of years they were in UFC. They were their champions. Daniel Cormier. We had Rockhold. Then we had all the smaller guys, Frankie Edgar, Jose Aldo.
I think Dominic Cruz was there for two. Dom Cruz,
yeah. Uriah Faber. they were there. And अगर हम रॉकहोल्ड की बात करें तो रॉकहोल्ड जिस हिसाब से थके हुए दिख रहे थे, उसके बावजूद उनके अंदर का जो his inner champ, he was not going to get he was not going to go on his back. He was still fighting with the last punch that he had. And the fight in the last, I think the last 1 or 2 minutes, it was a ground affair almost.
It was like, I'm telling you, matlab, it was a bit saddening. It was a bit moving. So to watch guys like Jose Aldo, like if you talk about Jose Aldo, he was giving his best too. He was giving his best too. Then guys like Luke Rockhold. Luke Rockhold never gave up in that octagon. And he earned Paulo Costa's respect. This was the only fight that had some bad blood running in between it. It had some bad blood. It was shown during the press conference, the media day. The bad blood was real. But after like those 3 rounds, they had their mutual respect. They respected each other, I think. Pretty crazy too, because Rockhold and Costa are both in black belts in BJJ. Yes.
Well, that's something new for me. I never thought Costa is a black belt, but
if
the
you
coach is saying
remember that fight, like face off, Costa's face off. He threw
white
that
belt for life.
Yeah, he threw that belt on him.
Correct.
And Costa was wearing a black belt.
He smacked him back with that belt.
So yeah.
Going over, I think जैसा कि मैंने प्रीव्यू शो में भी कहा था कि जो भी ये फाइट जीतेगा वो मे बी अपना कुछ अस्तित्व बचा पाए इस फाइट में, इस मिडिल वेट डिवीजन में. The one who loses, I think he's on his way out from middle weight division, if not UFC.
Go out of UFC now. So the next fight for him is the winner or loser of Vittori versus Robert Whittaker. He's getting in there. And probably he's getting Whittaker, I think. Even if he loses, because he already had that Vittori fight. So I think he will get Robert Whittaker.
Or maybe a fight with maybe a fight in Wembley with Darren Till. How's that feel? Amazing reception.
I won't say anything about Darren Till because Darren Till won't say anything about himself, and he's always out of fights. So I won't say anything about Darren Till. I like Darren Till as a fighter. Darren Till was a huge thing. He was supposed to be the next big thing like Conor McGregor or something, and he had that English power behind him. He had that support from Michael Bisping. But after that Tyron Woodley loss, after that Masvidal loss, he just steeped down. He never tried to get up. And what I feel is like he's not putting in that much effort right now. I'm saying this after that I love Darren Till as a person. I love everything he does with Hamza. Like I'm a fan. I love everything like DC and Khabib do. But the thing is he isn't putting that much effort. DC is right. Like he should take some time off social media and like focus on his training and focus more on his fitness. Because you can't skip fight after fight after fight because of fitness. Like you're in the fight business, you're supposed to be fit. Like a guy like Paddy Pimblett.
Don't even talk about that, Paddy Pimblett.
Like he eats pizza. Like he's eating pizza, he's eating cotton candy, he's eating donuts. Fight age Matt time. Fight age Matt time plays a part in some time of these guys' losses. Matt time. I think it does play some time. There's a role. Fight age. The Matt time plays a part.
I would certainly agree with the coach here because what I feel after a certain age, the body, the muscles, I think the only thing with age that comes is the experience.
I have an example of this that I will just give you. It was a kind of big example, I'll say. Tony Ferguson, one of the best chins that I have ever seen. He took a beating from a guy like Justin Gaethje, countless huge shots, survived 5 freaking rounds with Justin Gaethje. He took beating from Anthony Pettis. he survived that. He took beating from Kevin Lee, he survived that. But after a certain age, and when you are a guy like you're on a losing streak, when you're not coming from a win, you're not that confident enough, something like that can shook things up. And the same happened with when Michael Chandran took him out. Rahul bhai is here too. Hi Rahul bhai, thank you so much for joining in. पहले तो मैं बोलूँ राहुल भाई आपका टूर कैसा चल रहा है? How's vacation?
He's enjoying.
We have two big MFN commentators here, Coach John and Rahul Chabra. We have the DC and Joe Rogan here already.
Yeah, same analogy I was about to give.
Thank you for joining in.
Another thing, since Luke Rockhold has retired, so I think we will, one of the very strange, eccentric characters in the MMA space, not MMA space, but celebrity space, he has retired. I think he was already a model. He was already a model going back to like 6 to 7 years ago. Now he will be a full-time model, if not an actor and something else, whatever he feels.
I was looking at all the memes जो उनके like good looks और physique पे बन रहे थे इतने time से match के build-up में. Like all the MMA meme pages were making Luke Rockhold and like Luke Rockhold. He got that look, he got that drip. Drip game is too strong.
Luke Rockhold, he was a model also, and the same was true with not true, but he has been a model. Wonderboy Stephen Thompson, he has been a model too.
Luke wasn't even active.
Almost 2.5 years he was lost. Last fight was in São Paulo, Brazil.
I think Jan Blachowicz.
That was a fight when legendary Polish Power was born.
That was the fight he tried to go into light heavyweight. After losing to Romero, he thought that he should move up to the light heavyweight division and give it a shot, but failed. Then he was out for almost 3 years. Even during the press,
he forgot to
take that mic off. Yes, he forgot to take the mic off, and he even forgot to put his phone on silent. He was rusty even there. Well, I know about Stephen and his father. He is a dapper. Man, coach, you gotta see Luke Rockhold's drip game. It was so sick. That open shirt and that sweater during the media day, it was sick.
So guys, इसके बाद हमारे पास fight थी Merab Dvalishvili and one of my favorite fighters, the featherweight goats, Jose Aldo. And Aldo, how to describe him? इस fight में Merab Dvalishvili ने जो pace set की, the pace that Merab Dvalishvili set in this fight, that was on another level. I think these guys from the Caucasian areas, the Azerbaijans, the Armenians, the Georgians, the Dagestanis, and I think he's from these Russia के नीचे का जो Caucasian area है, they have such great wrestling pedigree that they have. All the fighters from this area, they are coming with a pace.
I'll just say the wrong guy won. Because Merab just refused to fight Sterling. So now he's probably the number one contender. Central Asia. He's around from Central Asia. The moment he came in, he knocked out the monster. But his PH.
That's not the accurate term, Rahul. We call that Caucasian. Central Asia is the other area, the above India. Turkmenistan and all these places, Kazakhstan, they are called Central Asia. So coming back to the fight, Jose Aldo, कुछ दिखा उसे आपको fight में? मुझे तो कुछ दिखा नहीं इनकी पूरी fight 15 मिनट में. I never thought that I will see, and I think after what was that fight? I think Max Holloway के साथ जो second fight थी इनकी, उसके बाद से the first time that I am seeing is a complete shutdown. Because Max Holloway ने complete shutdown किया था Jose Aldo को on a striking game, but यहाँ पे everything was shut down. 0 to 100, एक point नहीं था यहाँ पे Jose Aldo का. It was all Merab on his train.
Jose Aldo was coming from a 3-fight win streak. Merab was on a 7-fight win streak. It got 8. And he's probably your number one contender of bantamweight division who refused to fight the champion, who just refused to fight the champion. And now we'll have to wait for the winner. Like if TJ comes out as a winner, Aljamain would move up to featherweight. But the thing is, Jose Aldo was like he yet again took the center position, like the center straight position. He got his lead leg. He was moving his stances. He would go back. He would take the defense from the kicks. Guys, do you know about the Drake curse? Yes, the Drake curse.
$250,000 Drake lost today on Jose Aldo and then Kamaru Usman. This Drake guy is the worst. It's the curse in MMA.
Is he the only guy cured, like who can break the Drake? He has because before.
$1.1 million.
He took the Versace robe curse too. The net touch. Easy has broken 4 curses in the same freaking fight. He broke the Versace record. He took the haircut curse. He broke the Drake curse. And there was another curse I don't remember, but he broke around 4 curses.
Sure, brother. And I think whatever the featherweight में जो भी position थी Jose Aldo की, I think coach and Rahul bhai, they would like to. I would love to hear their views on Jose Aldo because my favorite, one of my favorite fighters, Jose Aldo, जिनको मैं WEC के time से देख रहा हूँ. It feels really sad to see him go like that.
Away from the yes.
Almost.
I think we should let Drake in on the MFN. That would bring the numbers.
No way.
That would bring the numbers. I know हमारा कोई favorite fighter हार सकता है लेकिन but yeah, he would bring the numbers in.
Sure. And it was really surprising for me to see 29-28 from 2 different people who scored it for me. Who scored it 29-28 for Mirab. I thought it was a 30-27 or even worse. I would have.
I think the official decision was 30-27, 30-27, 30-27.
No, it was no. 29-28, 29-28, and 30-27 to Mirab Davaishvili.
Like Mirab clearly won that fight. The time he was in the clinch, he was like he had more control time in the clinch. Like he didn't do much damage, but yeah, he had more control time. He was had more control of the back and like in the clinch moments, and even like Aldo was pushing him back. Aldo was on his stance. He had the center control, and he was constantly pushing it. And in spite being on the back against the cage, Mirab was doing good.
करेक्ट है ना. मुझे लगता है कि अब जोजे आल्डो को बैंटमवेट डिवीजन में जो बैंटमवेट डिवीजन जो टाइटल पिक्चर है उसमें आने का कोई आई डोंट थिंक वो आ पाएंगे क्योंकि आगे फाइट होने वाली है शॉन ओमैली और पियोतर यान की. व्हाट अ अमेजिंग फाइट दैट विल बी. साथ ही साथ अभी हमारे पास एक और फाइट है इफ आई एम नॉट सॉन्ग यडोंग एंड कोडी सैंडहेगन. तो दोनों फाइट में से जो
you have Chito Vera who just defeated Dominic Cruz. You have
Chito Vera is the guy I think who should go and grab this opportunity for the title because अभी title में fight भी नहीं हो रही है and in the next pay-per-view we have the flyweight division fight. And I think maybe there is a hope for him as an actor like Anderson. I truly am saddened by Jose and his losses, but unfortunately his fight age is very high and he has lost his step. I would agree. I feel very saddened to even read this because, as I told, one of my favorite fighters.
After the fight, like I've told before, Jose was with his wife. He hugged her and he just sat on a chair and he was down like that. He was crying.
And this almost reminded me the way he was knocked out in 13 seconds by McGregor, and the same happened there also.
It was his chance to get the second title shot at the bantamweight title. Like it was first time it was against Fudayan. He lost that fight, and we know he completely got dominated there. Then this would have been the chance at him. Like he was coming from a 3-fight win streak, and a win over a guy like Merab, who is coming from a 7-fight win streak, would have put him as the number 1 title contender over Chito Vera.
करेक्ट। तो इसके बाद गाइस हमारे पास फाइट थी इसके बाद हमारे पास फाइट थी वू यनान और लूसी पार्डिलोवा के बीच में। लूसी पार्डिलोवा वाज फ्रॉम चेक रिपब्लिक एंड चाइनीज फाइटर वू यनान एंड आई वुड लाइक टू टेल दिस, चाइना के ऊपर क्यों इतना फोकस कर रही है यूएफसी? बिकॉज चाइना इज वन ऑफ द बिगेस्ट मार्केट्स इन द वर्ल्ड, जस्ट लाइक इंडिया। यूएफसी में अभी कोई इंडियन फाइटर नहीं है। वेरी शॉर्टली दे विल हैव द फर्स्ट यूएफसी फाइटर, नॉट द फर्स्ट बट द सेकेंड, एंड if he wins in UFC 282 in Abu Dhabi. You know who is it?
Can you repeat? I didn't catch you. Your voice cut. I didn't catch you. Can you repeat yourself?
I'm saying is इंडिया का अपना दूसरा UFC फाइटर जो आने वाला है UFC में, UFC 282 in Abu Dhabi, he'll be fighting in Road to UFC semi-finals.
King of Lions? King of Lions?
King of Lions, Anshul Jubli, yes. One of the graduates from the Matrix Fight Night. He'll be fighting in Abu Dhabi UFC 282.
Pawan Man Bhai did a great fight during the road to UFC. If you see the Pawan Man fight, the Bhai did really great. He was phenomenal. His striking was like at the beginning he was doing really good. Eventually he fall out bit, but yeah, I was impressed by what Pawan Man did too. And
I was more impressed with the grit he showed even in the last round. He was exhausted, but he showed his grit in that last round.
I'm telling you, like, it was inspiring to watch Pawan Man Bhai doing that thing. I know he lost, but yeah, he made all of us his fan. Like, we were his fan, but yeah, we became much more into the fight game. And like, we are really proud to have King of Lions, Anshul Jubli.
Correct. And coming back to the fight, Lucy Padilova, second round, she got the win via TKO with elbows. And मुझे बिल्कुल भी ये नहीं लगा कि ये फाइट मेन इवेंट में, मेन कार्ड में आनी चाहिए, because it was not a worthy fight. There were a lot of worthy fighters. Alexander Romanov, Marcin Tybura was there in the undercard.
Was the main card fight. Tybura was the main fight. The heavyweight bout was the main card fight. They took it to the prelims. I don't know why. One of the fight got cancelled because of a weight cut issue. It was a women's match. I'm forgetting the name, but it got cancelled yesterday during the weigh-ins, before the weigh-ins itself. Then you could have put this fight. Instead of you had Marcin Tybura up, then you could have Tyson. But Tyson fight was good in there. You added Tyson fight to the main card and replaced it with the Tybura fight. You took it to the heavyweight fight, the prelims.
Correct. And इस main card में last fight थी Tyson Pedro, the Super Samoan Tyson Pedro, and Harry Hunsucker. And I almost whatever I predicted, it happened the same way, although it went too fast for me. The first round KO, that was my prediction for the fight. But what an amazing atmosphere, what an amazing fight that was, up until it lasted.
The odds were like one-sided. The odds were one-sided too. The batting odds for that fight. Harry Hunsucker.
He's a former heavyweight. He came into the light heavyweight division as a newcomer. And this is the welcome that he gets.
He came in and he launched that jab. He did catch Tyson, and I thought that he might do good in this fight. It would go to the distance. Then he launched himself again and caught himself in the counter jab by Tyson. Then a body kick, and then it was over.
Unfortunate scenes, and the same, and that guy, I think he has some Samoan curse. He has lost to 4 Samoan guys in a row in heavyweight division. Now it has started in light heavyweight division also.
He needs better fighters who are not Samoans.
Guys, इसके बाद not much fights जो हमने देखी हो अंडर कार्ड में, because मैंने तो अंडर कार्ड की एक भी फाइट नहीं देखी.
मैंने वाली फाइट देखी थी. The heavyweight bout. I watched the heavyweight bout.
I also saw that fight, but I was very surprised कि Alexander Romanov he lost that fight. I was damn sure that Marcin Tybura को जरूर हराएंगे यहाँ पे Alexander Romanov, because Alexander Romanov is coming with after that long win streak in heavyweight division. I thought one of the new bloods in heavyweight division is going to.
Coach John like your theory. Coach John like your theory. The someone one. He likes your theory.
Thanks, coach. We'll talk about it later.
There was a thing I was talking about. Like, we discussed about the fight. We have discussed about the fight. But there's an upcoming fight that Dana announced today. Tony Ferguson is moving to welterweight division, and he would be fighting Li Jingliang.
Okay. The Leech versus El Kakui.
That fight is huge. And that fight is like you can say it is kind of a you can say get into it. When you give your fighters, you give who is coming from a series of losses, you give him a chance, you get in there, it's an easy fight, move up a bit.
That's a very good entrance fight for Tony Ferguson in welterweight division.
And he can straight away make it into the rankings, man. But the welterweight division I think is just as tough for. You have guys like Sean Brady.
I think that's more tough than
guys like Sean Brady, guys like Chuck Rachmanov. Then you have guys like Neil Magny. Even the lower order of the welterweight division is just way too tough. Then a fight between Stephen Thompson versus Tony Ferguson would be a worth watch.
Correct. तो गाइज ये पूरा रिव्यू जो हमारा था वो UFC 278 के रिगार्डिंग था, उसका पोस्ट फाइट जो हम ये डिस्कशन कर रहे हैं, सारी फाइट्स के बारे में हमने जो भी डिस्कशंस थे वो हमने किए. एंड इफ यू गाइज हैव एनी कमेंट यू कैन शेयर, इफ यू हैव एनी क्वेश्चंस आप पूछ सकते हैं, वी विल लाइक टू रिस्पॉन्ड टू इट. एंड again UFC Paris 3rd of September is coming. I'm sure most of you guys will be pumped up for it.
Next week कोई fight नहीं है. There is no fight next week.
That's a very fun thing. We can enjoy our Sundays and we can enjoy the one FC card. One of our Indian fighters, Kantraj Agasa, is fighting on that. Also, Demetrius Johnson versus Moraes 2 is coming on Amazon Prime. Whoever has Amazon Prime, you can check the fight and they can watch this fight there. If not, then Hotstar पे आपको जरूर इंडिया में वो फाइट दिखेगी. And I'm sorry, it's on Amazon Prime in United States, not in India. In India, it's on Hotstar, the same platform that has Matrix Fight Night.
And if you don't have any accounts, तो आप illegal stream करो सकते हो. You guys can do.
Stream तो आ रहा है live. Sorry, Star Sports पे रहेगा fight live. Only the main card.
Like India में they only telecast the main card, be it UFC or be it One Championship, I guess. Only the main card get telecasted there.
नहीं, in Hotstar we have all the fights from one FC.
Like, but in Sony Live, when you are watching UFC, they only telecast the main card. On Sony Live app, you watch the prelims or the early prelims.
कौन 4:30 बजे उठ के prelims देखेगा? या कौन 2:30 बजे तक जागा रहेगा prelims देखने के लिए? No one will.
I'm telling you, UFC 276, the Izzy versus Jared Cannonier pay-per-view. It was stacked top to bottom. You had guys like Uriah Hall fighting in early prelims. Then you had guys like Joe Lawson and Donald Cerrone fighting at the prelims. Robbie Lawler fighting at the prelims.
No. Robbie Lawler was in the main card versus Brian Barberina.
That was it got shifted to the earlier. It was in the prelims. Then it got promoted. It got promoted to the main card after one of the fighters' fight got cancelled. That Misha Tate fight got cancelled, and Robbie Lawler fight was promoted. I remember now.
So, I think for UFC Paris, it's a very stacked card, guys. You will see some kickboxers debut on that fight. कुछ बड़े strikers हैं जो debut करने वाले UFC Paris में. Most of the fighters are from Europe, up and coming talents. So, if you have an eye for a upcoming talent, you have to watch that card.
And I know someone who loves real good strikers. He is watching this live right now. One of my
Coach,
favorite human beings, Coach John Groves. He loves good striking. He loves good fighters, the rising people with talent. He loves them.
one thing I saw, almost every striker, every good striker, right from the Indian scene to Alexander Volkanovski to Israel Adesanya, striking rules. Everyone is saying the same thing: striking rules, striking rules.
I was saying this after a few times, man, because guys like Usman, guys like you had guys like Khabib, they were literally dominating things there. Then you have Charles Oliveira, another guy with ground game. He's dominating stuff there. Then who's like currently Glover Teixeira. Glover Teixeira was doing such a great job. Like wrestlers are currently, I think the guys with good ground game are in much better position. But yeah, people are finding strikers much more entertaining. Strikers are entertaining unless your guys like Khabib and Usman. You are not like getting that much eyes, I believe. Go MMA YouTube is here too.
Correct, correct. So I think striking, because I'm a striking fan. I'm a striking fan. I grew up watching all the strikers, the boxers, Floyd Mayweathers and the Rocky Marcianos. So striking मुझे बहुत पसंद है, and because whenever the fight goes to the ground, I feel that's not for me.
Everyone loves
It's
striking.
MMA.
Ground game is like, I think the technique involved in the ground game is much more harder. Like you've got a guy around you. See the Usman one, the first round, Usman versus Rocky Edwards. Usman was confident enough to get him on the ground. Then things suddenly changed, and Rocky took him down. See, it's such a complex position. The ground game is such a complex position.
And
I think Izzy should take the first ticket and should fly to Dagestan and take some wrestling lessons he can, as many as wrestling lessons he can. From the Khabib, DAK, DC, take anyone's help you want. Because if you're engaging in a slugfest with a guy like Alex Pereira, and he doesn't have to care about the volume that much, because in three round fight or a 5 round fight, you can be more aggressive, more explosive compared to a kickboxing fight that is going for 8 rounds or 5 rounds, or a boxing bout that would go up of 10 rounds or 12 rounds. You don't have to care about your volume that much.
Correct. And I appreciate all the guys who have joined us. Go MMA. इसका content मुझे बहुत पसंद है. The way he serves the content, I totally love it. I am in that mix. And
Go MMA. Shall I do a name reveal for you? Go MMA. Shall I do a name reveal for you?
Shall I
tell you? Go MMA is my dear brother Prem. I love him. Like he's doing a great job, all those edits, and he is a phenomenal. And I'm telling you, I was talking about the IMA Nationals, right? Like we will go coming to the IMA Nationals. Go MMA would be joining us at the IMA Nationals. He would
amazing. I'll see you. I'll see you both there. I'll be.
Yeah, he would be traveling with
whenever you come, just inform me. I'm already in Hyderabad. I'll meet you there. And yeah. Coach Hoox also, if the IMA Nationals are coming, you are also, you might be there. If I'm not wrong, you will be there.
No, I don't think he will be there. Currently he's in Brazil. He got some stuff to take care of, some serious stuff to take care of. He got some serious things going down. But yeah, he will be there at the MFN 10. Sorry, Coach, I'm doing this big reveal, but yeah, I'm too excited to see Coach John at MFN 10. But yeah, me, Go MMA and MMA Hindi, we would try our best to be at the IMA Nationals. We got tons of Indian talent there. Plus the pro fight got added to it. So it is as big as it can be. It is just as big as Dana White Contender Series right now. It is even like same. It is on the same freaking level as DWCS.
Well, we hope MFN will be on par with the UFC, and their as soon as we can see that, it will be yeah, fingers crossed. And I appreciate all the guys who have joined us. who are with us. And if there are no questions, then I would like to thank all the viewers who joined us, and I appreciate you. And UFC Paris is around the corner, and yeah.
We just guess. Who's your pick? Cyril Gane or Tai Tuivasa?
I hope Tai Tuivasa wins, so that it's been a long due for him. He has already fought some contenders, some title challenges. I hope Tai Tuivasa wins, but my mind goes towards Cyril Gane.
Like if you're a smart guy, you would bet on Cyril Gane. I'm telling this. Like according to the techniques, according to everything, you would bet on Cyril Gane. Then, but if you think about things like what Rocky did today, things like these, what Tai Tuivasa bumped to Derek Lewis, what he did against Dan Hardy, so you would bet on him. Like it is the heart versus mind thing. Your mind is saying you should bet on Cyril Gane. Your heart is saying you should bet on Tai Tuivasa. I say don't bet anywhere. Betting money is hard, and you earn that money like with blood, sweat, and tears, and it can go to waste.
Correct, and you don't want to be the Drake. You don't want to be just like Drake. What he is doing.
I don't want to start it up. I have this Drake curse. I'm telling you. The fighters I support. I'll tell you this incident. I never watched Formula 1. Okay? I watched Monaco GP for the first time ever. Okay? And Conor McGregor was present there, so he was supporting the Haas. The Haas. Haas is most probably, I think the Haas has an English team. They were supporting the Haas guys. You have Mick Schumacher. So I supported the Haas. I extended my support to the Haas team, and both of their cars got crashed. I started watching football for the first time. It was the Champions League final, Liverpool versus Real Madrid. I was supporting the Liverpool guys. Real Madrid bet them by 1-0.
You are stupid to support Liverpool, because one of the legendary teams and one of the legendary managers is in Madrid right now. Don't ever bet against Madrid.
The only thing I was supporting the Reds for was because they were coming from a history they had with Madrid. The same ground they lost Champions League around 20 years back or something, I guess. So I had this history. I was like, revenge time or something. Good movie story it was going on. Down the line, they had Salah, they had Sadio Mane, they had Diaz, they had Benjik, they had good guys, man. They had a strong team, and they still couldn't score a single goal.
That's the mind of Carlo Ancelotti.
And NBA Finals, bro. I was supporting Boston Celtics over your State Warriors, Golden State Warriors. Golden State Warriors won, even before the seventh final. My luck is really as bad as Drake in this thing.
Why are you supporting these stupid teams? I am not sure, man. You should be supporting Golden State Warriors to the core.
Boston Celtics is a legend. They are legend. You can't Boston Celtics.
My sister even has a Boston Celtics jersey. She's a Boston Celtics fan. But you never bet against Golden State Warriors.
Where was Golden State Warriors? Why? कहाँ था Golden State Warriors कुछ साल पहले था? It was Boston Celtics. It was Lakers. Golden State Warriors like this is a recent state. Boston Celtics has been a long time.
World champions, 5-time NBA champions, and
I was supporting Boston Celtics because after I don't know कितने gap के बाद they were playing the finals. बहुत बड़े gap के बाद finals खेल रहे थे वो.
Correct. It was a two-way or a three-way affair between Ohio, Miami, and California. So, guys, we'll leave it at there, and much appreciate to all the guys. Much appreciated, Nikhil, Coach. Obrigado.
I love Coach John, man. I love Coach John. He's still there. He's still watching me talk shit, and I'm legit talking shit here. I'm talking about NBA. I'm talking about football. I love him for watching, like, sticking by. He must, I'm telling you, he's a really busy dude. He got tons of stuff to do, and he decided to stick by. It means a lot to me. All love.
Obrigado, Coach, and we hope to see you soon.
Boston sucks. Coach, what you talking about?
Boston sucks. Boston sucks. Cali rocks. Boston sucks, Cali rocks.
Yeah. I'm a Steph Curry fan, by the way. I used to play basketball. I'm a more of a Steph Curry guy rather than like I am believe in shooting from long
Steph
distances.
Curry, Kevin Durant, Jerry, the whole team. I'm in love with that team. Which I would like to tell this: whichever team is, I forgot the name in basketball. What's the biggest name? James? No,
Michael Jordan?
no. The recent one. Mm,
Don James.
no, not Don James. यार, अरे अभी जो highest earner in NBA है जो अभी नाम याद नहीं आ रहा उसका अभी. Who's that?
उनका नहीं है. I don't remember that.
Cleveland Cavaliers का captain, then Miami Heat का captain.
I'm not good with basketball players' names. Other players, and I remember a few ones. Like you have that Kevin Durant, then you have what's the name? Give me a second. Then you have Luke. I don't remember the name. I can't give it a shot either.
LeBron James.
I said LeBron James, bro. You said
yeah. No, yeah. Okay, might be something. So whichever team is on LeBron James, I'm with that team.
The first name was LeBron James, dude. What are you talking about?
Okay, no problem. So I would. So now I think we can close the session. It's been 1 hour. It was a very healthy conversation between me, between Nikhil, between Coach, who was just constantly jumping in with his questions and suggestions and whatever he wanted to chat with us. I really appreciate Coach and some of the guys who commented. I appreciate them. We answered some questions also there in the beginning, and that's a wrap, Nikhil. If you have any, if you want to vent out something, you can.
I don't have like, go follow MMA Hindi. He is giving you all the updates on the national scene, on the Indian scene, and in the international scene. All the updates are there with him. You gotta see that guy.
In Hyderabad, 30th September से 2 October तक IMA Nationals are going on. Be there, I'll be there.
I'll try my best to.
And MMA now will be there. Go MMA will be there, along with all the IMA crew, along with all the MFN crew, the fighters.
Sir Daniel Isaac would be there.
Yeah, sir will be there, and we hope to see you soon. Correct, and that's a wrap from us. Thank you. Obrigado.